I feel like, morning guys, I feel like one of those hamsters in a wheel in a cage, running round and round and round and round and round. No end in sight. Well, until my heart gives out. Here we go again, guys. More news about the Nigel and the Deformed Party and Rupert the Bear and Restore Britain. It's quite a big day for both of them, really, isn't it? Thing is, where's Nigel? Yeah, it's a big day at the ballot box for Reform and Restore. Like I said, there's a few interesting things happening in the world of Reform UK and Restore Britain. So let's have a quick roundup. You seem to like the other roundup I did the other day, so we might make it a regular thing. We'll see. Let me know in the comments. Anyhow, I suppose we have to start off with a big question, really. Where is Nigel Farage? Is he on the run? Is Interpol after him? I don't know. Is he really worried about that £5 million? Can they take that 5 million off him? I don't know. Anyhow, where is Nigel Farage? No, he hasn't actually disappeared. He hasn't run back off to that Peruvian rainforest where he came from. I always think of him as a Peruvian tree frog, one of those brightly coloured ones, an orange one. Yeah, that's how I think of Nigel. Anyhow, no, he hasn't disappeared. He's still the leader of Reform UK for now. I suppose Zia useless, Mohammed useless will tell him when he's to step down. Anyhow, so he's still the leader of Reform UK for now. He's still making statements, and yesterday he was quoted supporting Reform's new package measures for small businesses. Some of it seemed quite good, actually. Anyhow, there's just something slightly curious about it all, though, isn't there? According to figures reported by the Times, if you can believe anything in the Times these days, Nigel has only contributed to Commons debates just 9 times so far this year. Yeah, only 9 times. Your average MP usually stands at around 83 contributions. Nigel's Reform colleague, co-conspirator, Richard Tice, has managed 125 times. Not a very good look for Nigel, is it? Or statistics can tell you whatever story you want them to tell, really. Or is it there's lies, damned lies, and then there's statistics? But Nigel, he's the leader of Reform UK. He's supposed to be their leader. His job isn't simply to sit in the Commons bar all day waiting to jump to his feet. He's got other work to do as well. But for one of the most recognisable politicians, spit, in the UK, nine contributions seems a bit quiet to me. Perhaps he's trying to step back into the shadows. Anyhow, yeah, that means that there's more people doing the talking for Reform. People like Robert Jenrick. He was front and centre yesterday, wasn't he? Talking about that new package for small businesses, raising the VAT threshold from 90,000 to 150,000. Yeah, VAT. I loathe VAT. I really do. Tax on tax. No income tax on overtime for workers earning under £75,000. Incredible, isn't it? That's how much the pound has devalued over the years since my time. Changes to national insurance. National insurance used to mean something once upon a time. all the money people pay into national insurance, if they'd paid that into private pension funds, most of them could have retired rich on a good income instead of the pittance they get from the government. Apprenticeships, yeah, he was talking about apprenticeships, family businesses, and even money back. If the tax office kept you hanging on the telephone, there's a song, hanging on the telephone for more than 30 minutes, yeah, and the rest. And it doesn't matter what you think of the proposals. Reform is clearly trying to demonstrate that it now has policies other than immigration. Well, they would like to move away from immigration, wouldn't they? They've missed the boat on that one. Unlike those new people coming across the channel, they really missed the boat. Anyhow, yeah, it's Robert Jenrick who's delivering the messages these days. He's coming up to the front, isn't he? So, where is Nigel? Well, is the question really, where is Nigel? Is Reform UK gradually becoming less dependent upon Nigel Farage? Perhaps they've even begun to wake up and seen that Nigel is in fact a liability. Well, those of us who know about Nigel could have warned them about that, couldn't we? He's definitely a liability these days. He's gone from hero to zero. I said before he could have retired after Brexit as a national hero. Okay, he wasn't delivered fully. I think the guy who should really get the credit for Brexit would have been Sir James Goldsmith with the referendum party, of which I was once a proud member. You're all the nationalists now going, how can you say that about Sir James Goldsmith? You know what he is. He's one of the little lads. Well, I don't know. He did a good job with the referendum party. A real good job. Anyhow. We were talking about Jenrick. Yeah. So with Jenrick, Tice, Braverman, she shouldn't be in any political party in our country. Only Indigenous people, only Indigenous British should be able to become parliamentarians or serve in the civil service, in my opinion. Yeah. Anyhow, that's about it. I don't know where Nigel is today. There's 5 council by-elections. I do know that. 5 council by-elections. You got there's one in Billinge and Senley Green, another one in St Helens. Yeah, Reform, they're defending a seat there after the resignation of one of their councillors, Jennifer Gerard. I like the name Jennifer, Jenny. Fond memories of a Jenny. Lots of Jennies actually in the Royal Navy. Anyhow, Reform won all 3 seats there in May with around 35% of the vote. Question is now, can they hold it? And there's another couple of by-elections over in Throckley, Walbottle and Newburn in Newcastle. I used to like putting into Newcastle. Yeah, that bridge. It's a good pub there. Lots of good pubs there. And a good second-hand bookshop. I used to like to frequent. Anyhow, Reform's defending that seat there following the resignation of one of its councillors. What happened? Back in May, Reform took around 44% of the vote there. Well ahead of Labour. Can they repeat it? I don't know. What about Southie in Sheffield? Yeah. Reform give Labour a kick in there, didn't they? Back in, that would have been May as well. They took 2,157 votes in May. Labour, well, they had less than 50% of that. They had 1,000 votes, 1,059. So they give Labour a damn good roasting, didn't they? 2 Reform votes for every Labour vote. If Reform holds that sort of advantage today, it suggests that the May results wasn't simply a protest vote that disappeared once people went home. I think, though, for us, though, guys, really, isn't it? This is the big ones for us. I think it's down in Kent, the Garden of England. Yeah, we should put a fence up around our garden. Guston, Kingsdown and St Margaret's at Cleef, Dover. On the same ballot paper, we've got Reform UK with their guy is James Defriend. Let's hope he hasn't got any. And Restore Britain with Jez Irma. Has he got any friends? I wouldn't class myself as a friend or a supporter of Jez Irma after what he said. He's using that term. I have to use the term. I don't like using it. He's what is referred to today as a civnat. I've got no time for civnats. I don't trust them. I really don't. Anyone who believes that anyone can be British doesn't get my support. So it'll be interesting to watch the election, but I'm not rooting for the guy. I wouldn't go and campaign for the guy. I wouldn't vote for him. I wouldn't campaign for him because personally I don't want to see people like Jez Irma in the Restore Britain party. I think they'll bring it down. In fact, looking at our poll of, stick with me guys, pause Paul, and I'm back. I'm just looking at the poll that I put up on our channel. Are civnats a threat to Restore Britain? Yes, they will bring the party down, 78% of you said. No, they will help the party grow, 19% of you said. 3% of you said, I do not care, I am a brain-dead lefty. That was out of 336 votes. So those of us who think that civnats are a threat to Restore Britain, yeah, we're the majority with 78%. Restore Britain, policy advisors should think on those numbers, even though it's only a small sample, if you like. I'll let it run for a bit longer. Yeah. Right, so that's why I'm not for Jez Irma. Although he served the country, he was a Royal Marine officer, a major, I think. That's a good rank, major. It's a good commander field rank. And he's got a military MBE. I don't like what he done, defending the poppy fields in Afghanistan. That's all we were doing out there, was defending the poppy fields for the corrupt globalist elite. And I wasn't wild about his work in what we did over in Kosovo, former Yugoslavia. Yeah, I wasn't wild about that either. Defriend, what a name, Defriend. He's my Defriend. He's already a Reform County Councillor, so he's a strong candidate. Yes, it's a good area for Reform. Yeah. Last year's Kent County Council elections, Reform won every county council seat across the Dover district. It's going to be an interesting battle. Turnout in local by-elections are notoriously low. People are giving up hope on democracy. They don't think it works. I'm not sure it does either. I live in hope, though. Personal candidates, they're important. I look around at our council and there's one Labour councillor about as politically aware as a tin of beans, but she does great work for the community. Yeah, it's a pity that she's a Labour councillor. Yeah, so personal candidates matter, local issues matter. Main thing now, though, for us guys to watch is it's reform and restore in the same election with the same voters and on the same ballot paper. And when those ballot papers are opened sometime tonight, my eyes are playing up, we will actually get an indication, a small indication perhaps, but an indication nevertheless, of what happens when voters on the political right are given a direct choice between Nigel Farage's Reform UK and Rupert Lowe's Restore Britain. I think they should have found, Restore should have found a better candidate than a Sivnat, but what can you do? What will be interesting, though, regardless of whether Herma wins or not, is the percentage of the votes that we receive, that Restore receives. I think that's going to be just as important as the result. If we only poll a few percent, Reform will say that Rupert's, our party, isn't making much impression on ordinary voters. But if Restore produces a strong showing, especially against a Reform candidate in an area where Reform performed extremely well only last year, then people may have to start taking Rupert Lowe's project rather more seriously. I hope that is the case. This is the problem, not being able to get behind Jess. Anyhow, back to Nigel, I suppose. He's been quite quiet in Parliament. Robert Jenrick and others, they're more visible now, aren't they? Looks as though Reform is trying to broaden its policy platform. And their support today is being tested in several actual elections. Down in Dover, Rupert's boys, Restore Britain, they're getting another opportunity to show whether its growing visibility can be converted into votes. I got mixed feelings about this, haven't I? I want to see Restore Britain do well, but I've no love for our candidate. Anyhow, I think tonight's going to be a bit interesting then, guys. Perhaps we'll do a live stream round about 9 o'clock and wait for the results. Anyhow, tomorrow morning we'll have the numbers. And and we'll see. What is someone said once? Votes are more difficult to argue with than opinion polls. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's all I've got there. Yeah, you've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow, AMI, Vote Lowe, Restore Britain. Yeah, perhaps you'd better vote for Jess. Anything's better than a Reform candidate.